Introduction to Mathematics, Introductory Mathematics and the Statistics Probability. Okay, so let's try to answer question 1 and question 2. Okay, we see what if we can apply the ideas. Okay, so on question 1 here, the question is saying in each of the following as a trigonometric ratio of positive, write each of the following as a trigonometric ratio of the positive acute angles. Okay, so an acute angle is an angle that is between 90 degrees and that is any angle that is less than 90 degrees. Okay, so to do that, we are going to just find the reference angle, which is measured between the terminal side and the phi. So for part A, we have sine of negative 194. Okay, so of negative 194. Now, since we know that sine is equal to, it's an odd function. So sine is an odd function. So this is equal to negative sine of 194. Now 194 is in which quadrant? So here we can see that we have, so from this point to that point, that's 90 degrees. From this point to that, that is 90 degrees, 180, 270. So we are saying this is 90 degrees, this is 180 degrees, this is 270 degrees, up to 300 degrees and 0 degrees. Okay, so 194 is between 180 and 270, and this quadrant is 30 quadrant. So from this point here all the way up to this quadrant, we have the terminal side here. That means our reference angle is here. So we are going to use that definition that I've just given you to say that when you are finding the reference angle in the third quadrant, it's given by alpha is equal to the theta given subtract by subtract 180 degrees. So our alpha will be equal to the theta given is 194, then subtract 180 degrees. This will give us 14. So we would say sine of negative 194 is equal to negative sine of 194 minus 180 degrees, which is equal to negative sine 14. So we can see that 14 is less than 90 degrees, between 0 and 90 degrees. So it is an acute angle. Okay, so 14 is an acute angle. Okay, so we can simply use the same information to do part B. So part B, we have cos 481 degrees. So 481 degrees. So 481 degrees is in which quadrant? So so you can see that 481 degrees, it's actually more than one complete revolution. So let's try to subtract the 360 degrees. So we have cos 481 minus 360 degrees. So this will be cos. So 481 minus 360 degrees, we are getting, is it not, should be 121. So 121 degrees. So 121 degrees is not an acute angle. Since 121 degrees is not an acute angle, so we can simply and it is in which quadrant? 121 degrees is in the second quadrant. So if we subtract 121 minus 180, it will give us something like so it will be equal to negative cos 180 degrees minus 120, 121. So to be minus cos. So the reason why I've introduced the negative is because this 121 here, it is in the 121 is in the second quadrant, and cos in the second quadrant is negative, meaning that the value of the cos is negative. So we are going to have 59. Okay, and 59 is less than 90 degrees and between 0 and 90 degrees, so it is an acute angle. Okay, so you can try to do part C and part D using the same idea and submit the solution to this number 0973 40 37 93 in form of the picture. Just send those pictures on WhatsApp where you saw from. Then I'll just try to confirm if at all what you have done is correct. Okay, so let us go to part 2. So you submit part C and part D for marking. Okay, so part C, it is tan 185. Part D is sine 331. Okay, let us go to question 2. So question 2, find the exact value of the following, leaving your answer in set form where necessary. Okay, so don't leave your answers in decimals. Make sure you leave your answers in set form. Okay, so let us go to part B. So let's solve part A. So part A, we want to find the actual value of sine 150 degrees. So part A here, we want to find the value of sine 150 degrees. Okay, so 150 is in which quadrant? So let's check. So 150 is between 90 degrees and 180. So it is in the second quadrant. So from this point here up to that, we have our terminal side here. That means our reference angle is somewhere here. So in the second quadrant, we said finding that reference angle we get is given by 180 minus the theta. Okay, so our alpha is equal to 180 minus the theta, which is 150. So our alpha is equal to 30 degrees. Okay, then from here now we can we can simply say sine 150 degrees will give us the same value with sine 30 degrees. Okay, then in the second quadrant, sine is positive, so it will remain the positive value. So now, what is sine 130? So we are going to use this triangle here. Okay, we are going to use this triangle. So 30 is somewhere here, 30 degrees. Then here that would be root of 3. Then this is 2, this is 1. So now sine is given by opposite over hypotenuse. So our opposite in this case, it is our opposite. Which one is our opposite? This is our adjacent, meaning this is our opposite 1. Our hypotenuse, it's 2. So this is equal to 1 over 2. Okay, so thus we can conclude to say sine 150 degrees is just simply equal to 1 sine 150 degrees. So if you put this on the calculator, you get 0.5, which is the same as half. Okay, let's try part B. Let's use this same idea to solve part B. Okay, so the part B also, we have part B, we have sine negative 60 degrees. So sine is an odd function, so this will be negative sine 60 degrees. So what is sine 60 degrees? So sine 60 degrees in the first quadrant here. So we can just go straight to use this special triangle here. So our 60 is somewhere here. Then here we have root of 3. We have 1, we have 2 here. Then 60 degrees, so this is our adjacent, and sine is given by opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so our opposite in this case, since we're treating this as our adjacent, that would be root of 3. our hypotenuse it's 2, so this will be equal to negative root of 3 over 2. Okay, so you can extend this same idea. You can actually use the same idea to solve the rest of the question on question 2. That is this question, this one, and you can also do the same. You can submit the solution on WhatsApp just for confirmation if at all what you are doing is right. So 0973 40 3793. So before you submit the solution, you have first to introduce yourself. I'm so, I'm coming from so. If you belong in my TG, you just mention the TG number and so on. Then you go ahead and submit those solutions. Don't scan the document, just send the pics. Okay, thank you so much, and subscribe to the channel for you not to miss out any lesson. And once again, my name is Mr. Chileshe. Good day.